what we're going to do here is we're going to write a simple program that's going to ask the user for a Fahrenheit temperature, or rather Celsius temperature, and we can do it to Fahrenheit in there. So we're going to get a Celsius, and then we're going to convert it to Fahrenheit. So I know two of them. One is 100 degrees Celsius is 200 degrees Fahrenheit, which happens to be boiling point of water, and I know 0 and 32. So those are great ways to test it. So as you start out, you notice that the top over here has got my name, and you would also put the program name, and then a brief description. This program will calculate Fahrenheit temperature from Celsius, and here is the actual formula. So Fahrenheit equals 9/5 Celsius plus 32. So all we really need to do is we're going to need two simple variables. So remember, when you're creating a program, you should do an IPO. What are the variables that we need to input? What are we going to calculate? That's the process. And what are we going to output? So we need a Celsius temperature, which is going to be input. And we're going to output a Fahrenheit temperature, and we're going to also calculate that. So then you would comment what the purpose is here of each one. So all we really need to do is get the actual Celsius temp. So it's Celsius temp equals. Now, remember, we're going to do this as an integer. We don't really need to worry about 47.6 degrees. We'll just do 47. So what we need to start off with, we want to convert it to an integer. And then we want to type in the word input. That means we're going to get something from the user. And then we're going to put in our prompt, which is what is the temperature in Celsius. Space, and we're good. And then what we want to do is just convert it. So Fahrenheit temperature, hopefully I spelled it right. And what we need to do is convert it. So remember, in our class, all calculations need to be in parentheses. Does Python care? No. Do I care? Yes. So you want to make sure that you're putting them in parentheses. So now we're going to divide 5 into 9. So this is where you'd want to put in 9 divided by 5. Now, if you're in C++, this would be a problem because this would give you 1 because it's integer division. However, in Python, this is going to be floating point division, so you don't really need to worry about it. And by putting the parentheses here, it makes it clearer. Remember that when things are the same, multiplication and division are considered the same, addition and subtraction are considered the same. If everything is equal, it's going to go left to right. So then we're going to multiply the Celsius temperature, and then we're going to add 32. So what we could do here, we could also group this here. If you didn't, it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. Putting in too many parentheses can make it kind of hard to see. But by doing this, you know that 32 is going to get added to whichever in here. So without that, what would happen is we're doing this first because it's in parentheses, and even if it wasn't, it would get done first because multiplication and division are the same. So it would do this first, then it would do this second, and then it would add it. But by putting in the extra parentheses, it makes it much more clear, in my opinion. And so this really makes it easier to figure out what we're doing. We're doing this first, we're doing this second, and we're doing this third. And then all we're going to do here is, and I'm going to copy it so I don't have to type all this stuff. And then you're going to see a little added bonus that I put in for you. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing formatted printing. And then what I'm doing here is I'm putting calculus, Celsius, temperature, and I don't know why this is here. So let me get rid of that. Convert it to Fahrenheit. And if I did this, it would just mean it's left in here. So it's okay. Convert it to Fahrenheit equals, and then we have Fahrenheit temperature. Then we have a period and a 2F. So you might be wondering, what the heck is a CHR 182? Well, if you take a look at ASCII codes, you'll see that ASCII code 186 is a decimal, is not a decimal, is a degree thing. So let's go and run it, and let's see. We'll start off with 100 and see if we get 212. So let's do 100, and 100 converted to Fahrenheit equals 212. And notice the little degree symbol. So now let's try 0, because we know these are going to be 32. If we did it right, we should get 32. And it's 32 degrees in there. So that's a simple, again, there's all kinds of ASCII code that you can use. This is just a simple way of doing it. I don't believe it's in the book, but if you go and look at ASCII codes, you'll see all of these. So if I were to do a print, say ASCII code, so let's just do this here. And let's try 65, which I believe is an A. And let's see what we actually get, which actually, that should do it, missing the other thing. So this is an easy way to determine what the code is for a particular letter. And let's see what we have in here. So we'll do 100, and then it's in capital A. And that is all there is to it. So remember, try to make your calculations as clear as possible, getting rid of all these extra ones. So you can see that using the parentheses can make it clearer. So it's kind of clear what you're going to do. This parentheses around this and here isn't 100% necessary, but you really would want to do it. So we're good to go here, and that's all there is to it. So hopefully that works out good for you. So let me know, please, that you'll see this. Let me know what you think in the comments.